Tony, every sports game is a simulator game.
Big facts.
What is the stat?
I don't know. But damn, it is.
Yeah, they're simulator RPGs is what they are.
That's crazy that everything is a simulator for real. Going on to our next topic. What's definitely bothering me? I don't know why, but simulators, video games in general, right? It's great to play. You have fun with it. But there's a thing going on with simulating games. Goat Simulator, Police Simulator, PowerWash Simulator. All these simulating games getting so much love and they're doing so well. Why the fuck is that?
Have you seen the new one that's tearing the charts up?
PowerWash Simulator.
No, Contraband Police, dude. It's like Papers, Please, but in 3D.
I did not know that. I
don't know if it's a straight up simulator game. I kind of put it in the same thing though. It has the same janky look to it as some of the simulator games.
There's one simulator game that I want to play is Mortuary's Assistant or some shit like that.
That one looks terrifying, dude.
It looks good. It's like a horror game. You're inside of like a morgue. You got to open up bodies and take body parts out. I was like, this looks cool.
Shout out to PowerWash Simulator because you made people buy the game 2 times and people love it. I was just reading a tweet just today. 30,000 reviews, 97% all positive.
Mm-hmm.
Those are fantastic numbers for a fucking PowerWash Simulator. We're pressure washing fucking things. You don't even want to do it in real life, but in the video game, it's the best thing to do.
That's because it's better in the video game, dude. You don't have to be out in the hot. You don't have to be sweating your ass off.
I asked Pucho this.
So you don't understand the appeal.
Yeah,
but I think you do. You're just not thinking hard enough. You like playing these military shooters. What are you doing if not living the job of a military man, right? This is just other jobs. That's it. There's games where you play like a race car driver. Like when you play Gran Turismo, you're just playing the life of some guy who's just out there driving cars. Like I don't know.
Every game is a simulator game. Is this
not every game, but a lot of them. A lot of them are simulator. Like I don't think Mario's a simulator game. Like I don't know what it'd be simulating, but there are plenty of games.
It's simulating the life of the average Italian plumber in America.
I think there are plenty of games that I wouldn't classify them as simulators, but they're not much different. Like maybe there's some little added elements like a story or something like that, but like ultimately they exist for you to enjoy living in the life or the shoes of another person, and what that person's doing may be killing people, which everybody's totally okay with, but as soon as you flip the script and do mundane things, it's like, oh, how is this a game? How is it? I think we have an issue where if you're not killing people in a video game, then it isn't a real game. It's like it's looked down upon.
It's like Dear Esther, one of my favorite games, one of the original walking simulator games.
Terrible.
Dude, it's gorgeous. I love the writing in it, but is it a game? I could go either way because it's a lot more of like an interactive experience kind of thing, right? Which you could say is a game, but
I don't know.
It's an interesting one.
I mean, I did play, but
no, sorry. To answer your question more honestly, right? The appeal of these games are like, part of it is just like enjoying just doing something different. I don't know. It's fun to deep dive into something that you're not that familiar in. So like when Doey got me to play SnowRunners, like it got me interested in truckers and trucking. Like it's just something I never thought about. What do these people have to go through to haul materials from one place to another place? It's like, yo, there may be some interesting drama along the way, and I just never thought about that. So like there is an interesting aspect of like deep diving into something we aren't familiar with. And I've enjoyed these games since I was a child. One of my favorite fucking games, there was this demo that came out in like 1999, right around the time when the DualShock controller came out. It was a cooking game, and it was like all in Japanese, and you had to like cut the vegetables with the analog sticks, and you had to pour a beer, and you had to like stir the pot. And it's like literally all you're doing is like cooking in the kitchen. And it's simulating some aspect of being a chef, and I thought this game was just amazing. I was like, this is so cool. So I've always been fascinated in playing games that are unlike other games. I think there's that aspect to the simulators, and it's just perfect. Like let me hang out, let me get on a party chat with some friends. I'm gonna take some shots, have a podcast going in the background, and play something that doesn't demand so much of my attention. You know what I mean?
Do you think that playing these simulators long enough, you'd be able to do that job in real life?
No.
I think that there's some things you could take. I think there's some amount of skill set you could take. There's like playing a cooking game is not going to necessarily teach you how to cook, but it might give you an idea of what kind of ingredients go together, or what the vague step by step would be. Yeah. It doesn't mean you're going to be able to look at a steak in the pan and be like, okay, I should flip the steak now. But it's going to at least make you realize, oh, I need to flip the steak when I'm cooking it. I need to do that as part of it, or I should season the steak before I put it in the pan or something, right?
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right.
I don't know, man. I play Construction Simulator. I think I could hook a road up. All right, give me the heavy machinery. I'll dig up the old road. I'd flatten it out, lay some gravel out. Go get the cold planer to lay some asphalt down. You know what I'm saying? Then get some of the guys to draw the lines. I'll pull this shit off. All right. But no. In all seriousness, I do think it is interesting to like learn something new. And like you just said it, like look, I got the rough process of like how to dig up an old road and how to lay new road down. I know the rough process of like how to build a house, like just because the game gives you like some aspects of that.
So Taco Master really makes you a Taco Master.
Taco Master makes you a master of enduring wet sounds. Okay, the whole game is so fucking wet. Like, I mean, I got the Taco Master Platinum on the Vita.
Same.
I mean, Overcooked probably gives us an idea of just how bad we would be in the kitchen if we all were working in a commercial kitchen.
Gosh,
Doey and Tony would be stepping out back to get into a screaming match.
Bro,
Bucho and I would just be quietly doing our own thing, just chopping veggies.
Pissed off that these guys are wasting time arguing and we're trying to get ahead on the cooking schedule. Yeah, I'd be pissed.
I think there's some sims though, like being a doctor or a surgeon. That's definitely one that's like, I don't think anything can help you with that. But I think flying a plane, a real life simulator, I think you'd be able to fly a plane in real life. I honestly think there's actually proof that someone actually fucking did that.
There's a lot of things like that too. Like I used to read a lot of survival books as a kid, and I can guarantee you like 90% of that would not stick in my brain during a survival situation. But maybe if I were in that kind of situation, just from reading those books, I would have remembered something that would be useful, right? And same kind of thing with like some of the games you can play. It's most of it probably not going to stick. Most of it you're probably not going to think of if you were in that situation. But there's tiny bits, there's aspects.
Yeah.
Speaking of survival stuff, did you hear about that guy that he was stuck in like the snowdrift? And the way that he got rescued is he hooked his phone up and sent a text and flew and hooked it up to a drone and flew it up high enough that it got signal and was able to send out the text.
Whoa.
How do you even do that? Like you just hit send and then you fly it up and hope that it keeps retrying?
I'm assuming that's what he did.
But so he had a drone during a snow slide?
Yeah, he got stuck in like a snowdrift or something. Like his car went off the road or something like that.
Oh, okay. I thought you said he was like, I'm here thinking.
And then he was like stranded in the in a snowdrift on the side of the road out in the middle of nowhere in the country.
Nobody knows. A lot of people think that that's not dangerous. People do not understand how dangerous that is. It just happened in Buffalo this year. Like 30 people died, and like a majority of them were people who pulled over that got stuck on the side of the road in the snow. They went to sleep. They did whatever they did. Never woke back up.
Wow.
Chimneys got blocked. People got gassed inside their house. Like what's the gas called?
Carbon
monoxide.
Carbon monoxide.
Monoxide.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, that's the reason. That's the reason I never lit my fireplace during like all the winter storms, is because I haven't had it serviced, and I didn't want to die of carbon monoxide poisoning.
Service? What do you mean service?
You have to check to make sure there's no leaks or anything, and to make sure it's clear. All that fun stuff.
Leaks?
Yeah.
Aren't you just fucking throwing? Aren't you just throwing fucking logs in there and lighting that shit up and let the smoke go out?
If it's blocked, you're dead.
Yeah, if it's blocked, if there's cracks where smoke is getting into the house or something, like there's some risk associated there. You're supposed to have
you remember when we played Valheim? You need proper ventilation, or you start to take smoke inhalation damage. You start.
That's one of the coolest things about Valheim. They did so many cool things in that game, dude.
Yeah, I never.
Valheim is just a Viking simulator.
Sons of the Forest. What is Sons of the Forest but a forest simulator?
That's been my experience every time I've gone to the forest.
I don't know. I mean, I don't get it. Like, I'm not a fan of simulators, but it's just
you don't remember that arcade game where you were an 18-wheeler trucker and you had to get to each city in like an amount of time? It was just fun.
Tony, every sports game is a simulator game.
That's a fact.
Big facts. What is a stat?
I don't know. But damn, it is.
Yeah, they're simulator RPGs is what they are.
Damn, is every game really
stats, you have to level up your skills.
That's crazy that everything is a simulator for real. Because now that I think about it, even doing the Call of Duty storyline is that's not a simulator. That's a campaign.
I think it's different. Like it's more of like a story-driven experience.
Yeah,
but some aspect of that game is just like think about playing like Medal of Honor, right? As a better example, a lot of the missions you play in Medal of Honor, while a lot of it is fictional, they're taking real life events and weaving kind of like a make-believe story in the middle of that. But the vibe you're supposed to get is like you're reliving, like, John Bastille just storming, like, running through the beaches of Iwo Jima and shit like that. Like, you're supposed to get that feeling, when you're playing these Medal of Honor games. I don't know, like, are those simulator games? I wouldn't call them that, because that's sort of like you're conflating too much. Like everything's gonna lose meaning if you live like that. But some aspect of these games, there are simulating something, and the thing that people find enjoyment out of this stuff is just living the life of another person. Really, like,
what is your enjoyment with PowerWash Simulator? What's the first thing that come to mind when you play?
Ding.
Oh,
I love
man. That's
when
a
you
good
fully
ding.
clean. I love when you fully clean an object and it goes ding ding. There's an addiction.
It's hitting a pleasure center in your brain is what happens every time that ding hits.
It's the
and
same
it releases some endorphins.
It's like when I played Mafia and they said forget about it. It's just it's like I need
hit you with endorphins. Here's some Italian
maybe
forget about it.
Tony, what's your favorite hedgehog simulator game? I'm a Sonic 2 man myself.
GTA is a simulator then at this point.
It's a crime simulator.
Barely. Bunch of Christian people doing their
I think Sonic and Knuckles. Sonic 3 is considered the best Sonic game. But Sonic and Knuckles, man, they did a lot of cool things. One, the fact that you could play as two different characters, like you get like two storylines out of this thing. the fact that they had like seasons or like time changes in the episodes in the levels, you'd get like midway through the level, and then the level would change from like spring to fall, and all the colors would change, and a lot of the particle effects in that game were crazy. Then the illest part of Sonic and Knuckles was that the top of the Sonic and Knuckles cartridge had a slot so you could put a Sega Genesis cartridge into it. So you could play. You could put Sonic 1, boom, into Sonic and Knuckles, and they did some shit with the data so that then you're playing Sonic 1 and you could play through the game as a Knuckles. And so, like, I would play Sonic 1, Sonic 2 with Knuckles. And I thought that was so fucking fire. Like, that was just something that my little kid brain could never imagine, but it was there, you know? And I am not a Sonic fan. I don't like those games in the grand scheme of things, but that was incredible to me. So shout out to them for that.
I kind of see maybe some enjoyment. Like I did the landscaping one, like the demo of the landscaping, and I was cutting grass. And I hate grass cutting in real life. I couldn't do it. But messing with the little mower and getting those perfect little crossbox lines, I was like, I'm actually whipping it. You know what I mean? But
we're in a new little era of gaming is what I think it is. There's like this new kind of trend of like chill gaming, cozy gaming, whatever you want to call it. It's like it's some kind of, you know, we used to like a lot of the discourse used to be about like casual gamers and what makes a casual gamer, and we've moved beyond that now, I think, where we have just games that probably are just made for people that are more casual gamers, but they work because, like Bucho said, you go and you have some drinks, put on a podcast, you put on a show on the other screen or something, and you just zone out. You're doing a little like goofy game, and you got your own other entertainment going on here on the other screen or something. Did he come back with a full-on meal?
Oh, a bunch of drinks. The fuck?
Just seltzer water
and chewing something.
Oh, I thought those were beers you were drinking.
But no, yeah, I don't know. I feel like the simulator games just came all at once, and everybody was just leeching onto it. I mean, more power to them, bro. I'm not trying to shit on simulator game. I just don't know how you get hooked. It is a drug.
That thing is shiny. That thing is very shiny.
That thing is super waxed. But
some would say the best handheld.
It's so shiny that I want to get my thumb and just touch it right in the middle of the screen.